When you're working with AutoCAD Electrical and you're creating perhaps schematics or panel views, anything in AutoCAD Electrical, you might want to use something like a hatch or a solid fill to highlight an area on a drawing. The drafting setting TPY here, transparency, actually allows you to hide or not hide any transparent objects. I'll just switch it back off again for now. So let's go now and place a hatch on this area here where the circle is. Now you can use a hatch or a fill. I'm going to use a solid fill because it's more definite and more obvious when you use the transparency tool. Now I've got a layer set up here. So we've got layer fill, and that's our current layer there. And hatch is on the draw panel here on the home tab on the ribbon. It's right there. Click on the little flyout and you've got hatch, gradient or boundary. Make sure you select hatch because they do look similar. As soon as you select hatch, you'll notice the ribbon changes and goes into the hatch creation tab. I'm going to select solid fill, which is that one there. And then I'm going over here to pick points. Now before I pick points though, I want to check some settings. Go over here to the options panel, click on the flyout menu, and you want outer island detection switched on? No. Click on the down arrow, you want normal island detection. Make sure that is on. Then go to your pick points at the other end of the ribbon there. And as you hover now, you'll get a highlight like so. And that's a preview of that solid fill using the fill layer. So I'll click there. I'm going to go inside the circle as well. I want to use that hatch boundary or fill boundary in this case and click. And then once I've done that, I'm going to press enter. Be careful, don't click again. See the highlights? It's highlighting all the other areas. So move outside the shapes now and press enter to finish like so. Now, transparency. How do I change the transparency? Well, I switch it on. If I click on transparency, nothing happens. That's because I haven't changed the hatch transparency yet. That solid fill needs its transparency switched on. If I double click on it, what will happen there is I get the quick properties come up that we'll look at in a moment. I don't need those, so I can actually close that. But here, the hatch editor kicks in. See the tab? I click and drag on the hatch transparency there, and I'm going to change that to 50. I can drag or I can type a value in. So it shows your mouse skills there. As you can see, a little bit fiddly. So the trick there is you can actually click in the box, type in 50 and press enter, and that's done. So it's now 50% transparent. So what I can do is I can press enter, that's done, hit escape to lose that menu. Now it is transparent. If I switch transparency on, you'll see it kind of greys out. But the nice thing about that is when you've got lots of hatches and lots of fills on a drawing, you can see the things underneath, in this case the circle. Switch that off. Because I've already switched transparency on, that circle will always be there. But if I select that circle and then I right click and here go to draw order and send that to the back, and hit escape, because I've set the transparency for that, I obviously see it there sitting on the drawing. However, I can change the ordering option. So it's at the back and it disappears. Now, transparency, switch it on, I can see the circle underneath. So it doesn't matter with the draw order or with the transparency. Draw order puts it behind, so the circle is behind that fill. So in a regular environment, I wouldn't see it. Because I've got transparency set to 50%, I can see that behind the solid fill.